All right, welcome back. It is 8 a.m. my time, so it's pretty early here in the United States. Plus, this is Monday morning, so most people should be at work or school. So, shout out to however many people able to join me. Per Kelly, most definitely. I have to talk about this. Before I get into this subject, I wanted to talk about this video right here. It's the most recently uploaded video on the Pitbull Victim Awareness YouTube channel. Title of this video is Pitbull Owner Kicks a Stranger who is trying to stop his dog from barking. Now look at this. Let's go full screen here. Okay, so this pit bull owner kicks this man and knocks him out. The man fell. He looked unconscious. Now, let me say, first of all, that was a very cowardly thing to do. Very cowardly. He saw that this man was vulnerable to a kick in the face, the way the man was bent over. So he rushed up real fast and kicked the man in the face. Now, the problem was not this man. The problem was that dog and the owner. Look at how much these people terrorize the community. We're supposed to believe that this is a service dog. I don't know if y'all can see this, but this pit bull has a vest on. Pit bull has a vest on. Now, if you talk to the experts, they'll tell you that service dogs are not going to bark. They're not going to be doing what this dog right here is doing. This thing is off leash, barking at this elderly person at the bus stop. So this lunatic, he went and got a fake vest, or just, I won't call it fake. He just ordered it online and put it on his pit bull. And now he walks around with it, let it off leash, even let it bark at people. Because now his thing is, it's a service dog. You can't say anything. Again, these laws encourage these people to behave like this. Why not? You're going to sell these vests online. Anybody can purchase them. Anybody can purchase them. Now, why is this lunatic allowing his pit bull off leash to be standing there barking at some old lady? Is this not antisocial? And then these people try to pretend to be the victim. You know, him kicking this man, that was him believing that he was some type of victim, that this man somehow violated the dog and its owner. Get out of here. So listen, this is headed in a bad direction, because people are going to be aware of how the typical pit bull owner is. And when they decide to neutralize a threat, say the dog attacks or whatever, they're not going to play games. They're going to pull out a gun and shoot it. Then what they're probably going to do is point the gun at the owner, because they're going to know that the owner is a lunatic as well. It's like I said, you want to measure the sanity of a person? You may as well cross all the ones who own pit bulls off the list. That's a sign that you're a lunatic. Tell them, Judge Judy, right? This is not just coming from me. The owners of these things are lunatics. And here's yet another example. Now, I don't know how old this is. It's probably old. But again, it's the most recent video uploaded by Pitbull Victim Awareness YouTube channel. As if we needed a reminder of how savage the typical pit bull owner is. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about something that I read in this article. And I read somebody's comment before I saw this article, and they sort of reminded me that dogs in general are the problem. The reason why pit bulls get so much freedom is because dogs in general get so much freedom. Pit bulls are painted in a positive light because dogs in general are painted in a positive light. And the pit bull lovers are saying, hey, don't look at the breed. Don't judge it by its breed. Well, this article was written today, just a few hours ago. And they're talking about the two stories that surfaced recently. And they're, pointing out that these are the first deaths of 2023. One child killed, one nearly killed within minutes on the 6th day of the year. Okay. Now you scroll down and there's this section right here. It's titled, Yes, All Considered, It Was the Breed. Okay, now I have a problem with this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got a problem with this. I knew from the title of the section alone, I'm like, uh-oh, here we go. Pit bulls killed her, almost killed. This is the 11-year-old, for those who don't know. The boy is the 11-year-old. He lived. The girl was killed. 7-year-old was killed. The boy's name was Stevens Gilstrap. The girl's name was Davila. Okay. She was rushed to the hospital, but look at this down here. One might question why the victims remained outdoors 45 minutes after dusk, and point out that irresponsible dog ownership on the part of Lopez and Baker was a major contributing factor in both attacks. But the bottom line in both attacks is that if the dogs running at large had not been pit bulls, most likely neither child would have suffered more than a bite. Yeah, they actually wrote that. They actually wrote that. That's overboard. That's overboard. That's reckless. That's a reckless statement. So, in both cases, there were dogs running at large. And they wrote that had those dogs not been pit bulls, they said that they could have been anything other than a pit bull. And most likely, neither child would have suffered more than a single bite. That's reckless. Again, it does not take much research to find out how false that is. Pit bulls might end up in the news more often. They inflict more damage on average, but they're not exclusive. Far from it. Now, most of us are familiar with this. We understand this. But did y'all know back in 2005, this was written? It said, "Is it time to ban dogs as household pets?" Back in 2005. Now, I think I shared this before a while ago on a live stream. But this is just 2021, where the dog responsible for the attack was a Doberman Pinscher. And I think this was, this is an injury. This is a mauling, mutilation. If I'm not mistaken, she was badly injured in this attack. Here's a fatality. A fatality that involved a Doberman Pinscher. Okay, this is a 4-year-old. Now, when you're talking about a 4-year-old, you don't even need a Doberman Pinscher. A small dog can be deadly. You're talking about a 4-year-old? Yes, a 4-year-old. Especially if they attack while the child is asleep, attack the child's neck, or if it's more than one of them. Okay, so that was a fatality. A 3-year-old attacked by, what was this? I believe this was a Doberman. Okay, yeah, a Doberman. Mauled a 3-year-old. Left her with life-changing injuries. Now, obviously, it's a Doberman. Of course, it'll inflict a lot of damage. Also, Huskies have a hefty reputation when it comes to attacks. This was in Minnesota. This was a fatality. Don't have to be a bully breed. 4-day-old girl attacked by, what was this? I think this was a Husky. Yep. This was a Husky. None of these are bully breeds. See? Siberian Husky. Fatality. It's not just bully breeds. If you're going to do something, you do it right. How can we ban bully breeds and not ban these dogs capable of doing the same thing the bully breeds are? Here's another Husky. Another Husky. And this was a mutilation. Bad injuries. Some of these people who are disfigured, they were not attacked by a pit bull. Now, I talked about this briefly, but look at this. You see what they wrote here? It said one of the pit bulls that attacked this 12-year-old. I don't think this is a pit bull. You see the problem here? Do y'all think this is a pit bull? I don't think this is a pit bull. Now, see, this is a problem when People are, putting the tag of pit bull on any and everything. I don't think this is a pit bull. But in this article, it just surfaced a few hours ago, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, a few hours ago. This girl in India was attacked. A 12-year-old was attacked. And this is the dog that they said was one of the, you clearly see it right there, call that thing a pit bull. No. See, it's important to point out how pit bulls lead in attack statistics and severity of injuries. Whatever the information tells us, it's irrefutable. But don't allow that to cause you to think that only pit bulls are the problem, that only pit bulls can carry out these types of attacks. Come on. You got to be more careful than that. And again, I don't think this is a pit bull. Now, I could be wrong, but no, this really don't look like, might have a little touch of bully in there somewhere. But these are the same types of dogs that are seen all throughout India. Many of those dogs are not pit bulls. They're not bully breeds at all. They're just dysfunctional mutants. See, the thing is, pit bulls are like the extreme version of dogs. Extreme version of dogs. And as someone pointed out, they were bred to fight bulls. That's why they're so muscular. Look at these things and how muscular they are. Why pretend like their capabilities is irrelevant? Oh, is it all about how you train them? No. No. The same is true in India. These dogs that launch all these attacks in India, they're usually not bully breeds. It's usually those street dogs. Most of those dogs are not bully breeds. See, they're getting into this habit now of ignoring attacks by dogs that are not bully breeds. No, you can't do that. An attack is an attack. I really don't care who or what inflicted it. Now, this is a story of a dachshund that killed a baby. Or no, excuse me, the dog was put to death, but it mauled a baby. This dachshund dragged a 6-week-old baby from his playpen and mauled him. Okay, now, trust me, this dog could have killed that 6-week-old baby. Okay? There's stories out here. They're out here. Look at this. Y'all remember that woman who was killed by a pack of small dogs, right? Y'all remember this woman. I know some of you recognize her face.
Has died after being...
Oh, wait a minute.
An Oklahoma woman has died after being mauled by a pack of dachshunds that allegedly belonged to a neighbor. According to KXII News 12, 52-year-old Tracy Garcia was attacked by 7 dogs weighing less than 40 pounds and shorter than knee length. Officials told Oklahoma News 4 that when authorities arrived on the scene, one of the dogs charged at them, causing them to shoot it. KXII reports that the remaining 6 dogs...
It was a dachshund, but the cop shot it anyways.
Dogs were put down at their owner's request. The euthanasia technician said the dogs didn't have any visible health concerns, but said they were all infested with fleas and ticks. The incident is still under investigation and will be turned over to the district attorney's office.
Fleas and ticks. Now, like I said, ticks, millions of people every year contract ticks. It's zoonotic. It's mostly coming from dogs. Okay? Some of you might remember this, where 2 dachshunds killed a month-old baby. And they described them as tiny dachshunds. Killed their owner's 1-month-old baby boy. So all dogs are dangerous. These dogs violate our laws as well. They violate reckless endangerment laws. That's just a fact. The thing is that pit bulls are so proven to be a safety hazard. They were bred to fight, to be aggressive. Aggression was bred into them. That's why they spaz out when they attack and they can't stop. That's like insulting. To make pit bulls legal is insulting, because they obviously should be gotten rid of. But just because they're so obviously dangerous doesn't mean other dogs are not dangerous at all. This is a type of threat that needs to be removed from the home as well. Look, I'm just saying based on the laws. It violates the law. It needs to be removed from the home, just like a pit bull. Like I said, anything capable and willing and able to attack a month-old baby shouldn't be inside the home. It's to simply say, oh, well, just make sure there's adult supervision. That's even more reckless. Because now you got to face your dumb decision for bringing it into the house if an attack happens and you're unable to stop it. And that's the situation a lot of these people find themselves in. They don't articulate it to the public, but they reflect on how stupid it was to possess these things in the first place. Some of them do anyways. Other dog lovers continue to be a dog lover. Can't make this up. So, critical injury. That was the 6-week-old. Baby mauled to death by a Jack Russell and a Bull Terrier. Now, if you do a search, you can find a lot of bad injuries inflicted by Jack Russells. Those are those small dogs as well, the Jack Russells. This week-old baby was killed after being attacked by a Jack Russell, and a Jack Russell alone. Killed. Jack Russell. Now, what do those look like? Small mutts. Yeah. Now the dachshund's smaller than that. So yeah, this thing is a baby killer. So it violates our laws. That's just the fact. It's capable and willing. There's not a single dog on this earth that's not willing to maul a baby. None of them. Again, I know you dog lovers, you hate to hear that. But just because your dog hasn't attacked anyone yet doesn't mean that it wouldn't. Oh, yes, it would. And that's exactly what makes it a dog. Okay? It is because it's willing to carry out these types of attacks. That's why, willing and able, that's why it should be gotten rid of. There is a story that surfaced yesterday, since we're talking about this, where there's a complaint in Tennessee. They said that there is a pack of German shepherds, roaming the community. Now, don't you think that's a problem? They don't have to be bully breeds. More specifically, pit bulls. Because, I don't like what I see going on with the focus on pit bulls. Because what they're doing, they're trying to set up this condition where they can project themselves as people of high morals, where they'll say, okay, it's time to ban pit bulls. We're tired of this. We want to do the right thing. We believe in public safety and child safety, and we're going to ban pit bulls. Aren't I a great governor or whatever? And what they're going to do is going to ban only the bully breeds that are technically pit bulls and allow these nutters to continue to own bully breeds. They just have to say that it's a mix. It's a cross. Oh, it's part bully breed. Because they do that now. They do that all over the world right now. And that's unacceptable. That's nothing but a loophole for pit nutters. That works in their favor. Okay? So I want to be clear about what my argument is. It's just that pit bulls, bully breeds, they make the news more often. This little small percentage of the dog population, they're usually the ones responsible for gruesome attacks that are prolonged. A lot of these attacks wouldn't be so gruesome if it didn't go on until the dog was put down or the victim has been devoured. Even then, they're still eating and attacking. And the uncontrolled killing behavior by bully breeds is so ridiculously unnecessary and unwarranted. Like, there's no reason behind it whatsoever. You can't even say that the thing was trying to protect its young, its puppies, its litter. You know, some animals, they flip out and they launch this long, deadly attack. Okay, it's in response, you trespassed and you stepped on maybe its eggs or something like that. That's when natural animals will show that level of aggression. But that's the norm for bully breeds. It's the norm for bully breeds. So that's what separates bully breeds from the other dogs. Their capability, what they're bred for, and the statistics they produce. And that's all basically mathematical. This is not opinion. You know, the focus on pit bulls is that tells you how dangerous they are. Because each and every media outlet that reports on these attacks, these are pro-pit bull media outlets, pro-dog media outlets, each and every one of them. We found like 2 media outlets. I don't even know if the whole media outlet was anti-dog. You know, that's the thing. You can't be anti-dog and be a mainstream media outlet. No sponsor's going to reach out to you. No advertisers. You know, I knew that, you know, when I made this channel. It wouldn't be that type of channel. But it is what it is. But I felt like this was dangerous. This is dangerous, and I got to call this out when I see it. You know, to make a statement like that most likely they would have suffered a single bite if it were a Doberman Pinscher, if it were a German Shepherd. Really? If it were a Great Dane, most likely it would be nothing more than a bite. I don't think so. Don't think so. And that's extremely reckless. That's a reckless thing to say. I mean, it's not rocket science. All you have to do is stick with the information. That's not what the information tells us. The information tells us other breeds are dangerous as well and should be banned because they violate the laws that we have right now as well. So let's hope that people can be careful and choose their words carefully. These people, a lot of these writers have more influence than me, than us. You know, they're mainly responsible for the information that the general public receives. You know, let's make sure you write the correct thing. Please, let's do that. Shout out to everybody. This will be one of my short streams. Ban all dogs. Ban all dogs. But for you to not have banned bully breeds by now, there's no excuse for that. There's no excuse for that. Right? Ashar, Moochie, Mr. Payne. Okay, a lot of the UK people in the building. Soda Pop Jones. All Out too. Kittens in the building. I see you, Kittens. Beanie Girl. Bronze. Sub-Zero. All right. Hope y'all doing well. Ort Wrench. Good to see everybody in the house. Nikki Vaughn. Right, Shawnee Mack. Hope y'all doing well. Check on your family. I need to reach out and, get caught up with my family as well. Check on your family. Make sure everybody's doing okay. It was a tragic, what some believe to be a suicide in mixed martial arts. Some of you know I follow mixed martial arts. And, it's just good to keep everybody around you in good spirits. There's never a reason to want to take your own life. And there's really no reason to fall into depression. So if you're feeling depressed, something's not right. It's best to talk about it. Shout out to everybody able to join me for this live stream, and I hope to see you back on the next as we continue with this crusade.